Imagine yourself as a young woman who has grown up in rural India. You have had limited education. You are branded by your society into purposes that you don't feel comfortable with. People telling you that you cannot be in school anymore, that you must get married and have children. That is the purpose of being a woman, isn't it? You are a young woman who is being molded to fit the view of the men around you. You don't have the support of people for the independence and equality that you strive for. In rural areas of India, 69% of the women were married before the age of 16. With child marriage comes the inevitable truth of sexual abuse and female illiteracy.
Everyone said they heard knowles sobbing that night, the night I got informed of my marriage. The swamp of poverty tightened my family up gradually, and my parents decided to send me to a stranger. I'm a 16-year-old girl. I'm a girl who doesn't even know how to write my own name, who doesn't even know who my husband is. Facing my mother's cold eyes and tragic words, I felt my future darken. My parents said my husband's parents wanted to hurry our marriage, and so I got pregnant. My heart sank into the deep, deep sea of depression. My future got decided by strangers because I'm a weak, powerless woman.
I was ripped away from my education at the age of 12. They told me that I was worthless, that I didn't deserve an education, that I would never fill the shadow of a man. On the day we married, I was 16. 6 months later, I felt something inside me, something that I couldn't care for, something that would double my responsibility as a woman. I felt very ill as this thing was growing, kicking, expanding inside of me. How could I take care of this thing, this human, when I can't even take care of myself? I try to get the vitamins and things I need, but it's just never enough. Now this thing is growing bigger and stronger, and my body doesn't have what it needs to keep it alive. I can't bring another person to this world who I need to take care of when I can't even take care of myself.
I am 16 and hurt. I am 16 and broken. I am 16 and a prisoner in my own mind. I am 16 and alone in my own household that has been forced upon my bruised shoulders by my parents and the man that bruised them. As I sit on my kitchen floor alone, my fingertips glaze over the bruises and scars on which his fists stamped into my weak body. My illiterate eyes gain blurriness as they fill with tears, trickling onto the movement that has been put inside of me. The floor vibrates with footsteps and my paralyzing memory becomes my reality. His body stands over me, shadowing my empowerment. Screams tear through my throat and my movement kicks me.
Imagine being a young woman who had grown up in rural India. You strive for independence and the ability to be free. Education is the only thing that can empower you. When you give a young woman constant education, you give her possibilities. You give her a life. You give her a future that she couldn't have had otherwise.
67% of the world's illiterate people are women. Women that have ambition and want to do something with their lives, but they can't because they don't have the one tool you need to succeed. They don't have education backing them up in their decisions and supporting their endeavors. You can help. You can constantly be aware of the words you say so that stereotypes about women are not verbally marketed around the world. You can donate to girls' school organizations, such as Room to Read, giving girls the safe environments they need to learn. If women stayed in school, learn how to be independent, and save themselves from harm, they could rise above the oppressive culture that they live in and become empowered.